Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Prime Day. It's a big day, obviously, for everyone, and I'm kind of excited to be joining you all here. And we can have chats about the sales that are going on today. We can also just chat about what you guys this is a Q&A session, so I just wanted to kind of open up, have some time here for those of us who wanted to have a chat about smart home gear, kind of in the middle of the day. I've been trying a few different time frames, but yeah, so hopefully lots of people can join us on the stream here today, and we'll get talking and showcasing the different deals, the different things going on today, because there is quite a bit. So hello to all of you out there. Give me a shout back anytime you want. I'm gonna get a little bit set up here. Just make sure that we're all ready to have our chat, and we'll get going. So who's out there? Who is here today to chat about smart homes? What are you looking at on Prime Day? I think that's one of the biggest things. It's like what are we doing here on Prime Day? So I'm gonna open up just our little sheet here, or not our sheet. Sorry, our Amazon Prime Days. Yeah, this thing is live. It's big. And actually, there's some pretty good deals. So we can talk about all that stuff. But I want to say hi to the folks coming on the stream here. So Jens, wow, that is, yeah, number one. Good job, man. Hi. Nice to see you. I think this is the first time we've had a chat. Chris, new home construction. Yeah, okay. So you want to chat about, I think you're saying best smart home system. Yeah, we can talk about that today, man. Put those questions in. Let's have a chat. Ryan, hi Ryan, how are you? Good to chat with you. I rent, so I can't do any big smart home fixtures. Just looking for small things. That's, you know what, man. That is the way I did most of my smart home for the last like 4 years. So I'm with you. I get you. Feel free to ask, like, what are you looking for? What specific things are you maybe looking to pick up? And maybe we can have a chat about that. Anyways, I can talk a little bit about some of the things that I've seen. Obviously, we put out our video today with kind of my recommendations, what I saw coming from like a deal perspective, but also just some of the things that I really have enjoyed. So we can chat about that if you guys are wanting to chat about that. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys are after. Now, in the description, okay, there is this link right here, and this will help you as we're going throughout the day today. That's its intention. I mean, don't get me wrong. All the links in it are affiliate links. So if you click something and you go buy something, then I make money, which is nice for me. But I do quite a bit of work to kind of put this together. And as a creator, we do get some access to some deals before they go live. So this link is in the description right now. If you can't get it, I can put it in the chat or something. Maybe I'll just do that right now. And then there's a bunch of tabs along the bottom here. It's not quite showing on the stream, but yeah, there's a bunch of tabs along the bottom. You can switch between all these different companies and all these different deals that they're having. We even have an others tab where there's just a bunch of different ones. So we can chat about all this stuff today if that's what you guys are kind of into. So yeah, let me know. Hey, you know what? You know who showed up? Tech Your Life is here. That's our other channel. Hey Ben, how are you? It's good to see you, man. I hope I hope next time we do one of these, you're joining us on our stream, and then we can have a chat, man. So that would be great. Great. Yeah. So what has anyone gone out and bought anything yet today? What have you guys found? Even if it's not smart home stuff, what have you bought? I gonna need to buy more coffee. I'm almost out. I'll tell you one thing that I kind of looking at even for myself, and I don't know if this is gonna work out. It's awesome. Yeah, Ben, we'd love to have you on the stream. So next time, man, you come in, we'll all chat together. But the fire tablets, this is great if you're kind of making like a DIY dashboard. These there's all kinds of different sizes. So they've got the 7, the 8, the 10, the 11. They've even got that max 11. Beautiful big screen. And you do have to kind of look at, they have ones that have lock screen ads and then ones that don't. But yeah, okay. You know what? Here's the link, guys. Sorry about that. Chris is saying he doesn't see the link in the live stream description, and I apologize if it's not there. But yeah, there you go. So it's there. You guys can follow along. You can look at all this stuff. But what I was kind of saying about the Fire tablets is that it helps you make like a dashboard for your smart home, and they're 40 to 50% off. So like the 11 you saw was 39%, and these are the newest models, and they always do a good deal on Prime Day for this stuff. But that's kind of one that I'm gonna look at here in Canada. And if you have kids, like honestly, the kids ones are the best tablets for kids, mostly because you can lock them down. So I like that. You can limit how much time they have, and you're not putting it necessarily on just like a strict schedule, so they can kind of pick how much time they want to play in the morning versus the evening, or content, or and you can open things like the book so they can read for as long as they want, for example. So yeah, you get some nice stuff there. So I really like the Fire tablets, and yeah, for myself, kind of looking at those. So yeah, let's see what you guys are getting. Ryan, I picked up the four pack of classic style 1991 movie themed Ninja Turtle figures at Walmart. No, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Little jealous. So wait, the So I have the old Ninja Turtle figures. I tried to give them to my kid. He didn't care so much about the Ninja Turtles. But yeah, that's a good one. But I'm a little disturbed that it's $15 only. Like, aren't my guys worth like a ton? uh, oh, let's see. Okay, Stereo X13. Stereo X13. Stereo times 13? I don't know. You got to tell me. Ordered the Q7 M5 Plus. I wanted. Okay, so he's talking about, or she. I don't know. I shouldn't assume. Uh, they're talking about a Roborock. Let's see what the deal is on that. Roborock Q7. Q7. Having trouble typing here. M5 Plus. Let's see. And you're saying, but you didn't want to plumb in the water, and I get that. Like there's a lot of good models out there. That is quite the price for a Roborock Q7, upgraded from Q5, 10,000 pascals of suction. I think you did all right with that one, man. That's a good one. They didn't actually advertise their deals very much this year. They were kind of quiet over at Roborock. So well done. Well done. Uh, Let's see. Oh, Tech Your Life. Okay, we just got the VTech drum set. Whoa, what's a VTech drum set? Let's check it out. I think this is going to be just as fun seeing what you guys have bought. Prime Day deals. Is it one of these? I can't tell. But also, I don't know if it's smart to start your kid on drums at 2 years old. That's probably going to end up, you know, with loud ones in your house, man. Okay, yeah. Here, I can't tell which one is it. And I just realized I wasn't showing you guys the last one. This is the Roborock that Stereo X bought. Yeah, 10,000 pascals. Oof. For 279. Like that's that's pretty good, man. You did good. Yeah. Okay. Well, earlier I was on a live stream on Amazon. I decided to try out a couple of things here this week, and I did notice a couple of things. So in the Amazon devices section, the Prime Day deal here for the Echo Show 8. Now, it's not the biggest deal, and I put this in our review, but I really do like the Echo Show 8. I think it's the right one. So if you guys kind of been looking at like a voice assistant, or you want to get into Amazon instead of Google or something like that, and that's what kind of came up during the stream, this is a good price. But there was a refurbished, so they called it like new Echo Show 8, and I don't have this one in the links in our spreadsheet, but yeah. Oh wait, I clicked on the wrong one. Here's the like new, and so another $7 off. So kind of, this is just a return, right? So not a big deal. You can get white or the charcoal, and that's nice. I like that. I like that deal. Let's see here. XS. Got to get my hands on the SwitchBot Vision. Okay, now the SwitchBot Vision. For those of you that didn't see our review of it, yeah, I don't know that they're selling it on Amazon yet. So I think you've got to get that through SwitchBot's website. And yeah, SwitchBot is having quite the sale. So yeah, here the Ultra Vision. Oh, I'm getting pop-ups. Let's see. Here's just the Vision. So 15% just off the Vision. That's, I think they're holding strong there because there's a lot of demand for the Vision. But if you're getting like with the combo, they did have some good combo deals. That one's 20%. I think the Touch combo, see, you're after the Vision. Yeah, that's 30%. So yeah, it's gonna depend what you're after, but if you've got the Lock Ultra already, it's only 15% on that Vision, man. So XS Echoes work with Home Assistant now. I don't know that answer to that question. Anybody know that one? I haven't tried. Like I really haven't tried. I haven't bothered. I think you can use the voice assistant for your Home Assistant stuff, right? So that can be helpful, but I'm not sure that it works in any other sort of way. The browser's not capable enough to kind of act as a dashboard, or at least I haven't found them capable enough. Not in most cases. So I wouldn't. But if someone out there knows, Captain Private, anyone know of any smart plugs that come out to the side? So like you want to take a 90 and have the plug out to the right or out to the left. Oof. That's a tough one. I feel like a Tuya is going to be an option for you there, but let's see. Because I feel like I had seen one of those ones that turn out from a Tuya maker or a Tuya rebrander. Yeah, I don't think so, Captain. I don't think there's anything like that. At least I'm not seeing it right now. That's a tough one. I wonder just though if something like this might work better for you, is just even the little power bars and I know you're probably trying to get that perfect aesthetic, but that might be your only option. Lots of good little power bars though. Like maybe more look at TP-Link. They usually have pretty good sales. So yeah, okay. So yeah, for me, I'm not doing a lot of shopping this time. This is one of the few times that I'm kind of feeling kind of good. I might get a couple more like Zigbee, just Zigbee repeater type devices. I need to kind of fill out my space around here. So maybe a couple of, well, probably not light switches. I'm kind of settled on Lutron, and you guys would have seen that. So like, here in the deals, Lutron actually, that's a pretty good sale for them. They don't usually have sales kind of at this level. Here, I'll move myself over. 15 to 20%. So the starter kits with the hub, they're at 20%. That's pretty good for them. They're usually 10-15%. So yeah, that's good. And then I had seen one of these Lutron ones were actually a higher percentage discount. I think some of the Diva ones were like 19-20%. So yeah, that would be kind of the deal for me on the switches. But yeah, from that Zigbee standpoint, I need a few more repeaters. I got to get out to the garage, and it's been a tough thing. So Stereo X, okay, yeah. So you're kind of following up there. You got the SwitchBot Ultra. Oh, so you've already got it. So why are you getting another? Didn't you say you were getting another of the Vision? No, that was excess. Okay. That's good. Okay. And Captain, I think Stereo X is making a good point there. Like you could do something in wall and then maybe just get a regular plug that turns out 90. And so maybe even just look at a relay, right? That might do it for you instead. But yeah, there's a couple of options there. That's good. Ryan, I thought about picking up some of the plant sensors. Yes. And you know what? That has somehow made it possible that third reality. So I'll open that up. And that's this guy. And I think I can open, hey, I can open up my own, like what we went to Canada here. So this is a Canadian price. So it's third reality. This is their smart moisture sensor, and it does require a Zigbee hub. Okay, you can use a ton of different Zigbee hubs because really what it is humidity or moisture and temperature, and so that's a very common type of sensor. And you can see compatible with SmartThings Home Assistant. I'm using it in Homey as well. I'm sure it works in Habitat. Well, okay, I'm not 100% sure, but like it should work in that. The other thing that's really nice about it is like it's just a is it AA or AAA battery in there, and you stick it in the ground. I've been sticking it in the the soil in my pots, and yeah, it's just been awesome. So This one I can't. Yeah, and it is. It's 16 bucks, and if you want three for 45, and you know, it's just been bang on all the time. I'm getting good notifications. And so, like, I've set my humidity. I want the humidity of a couple of plants that I have at 30% kind of all the time. And so when it falls below, I find out. When it goes above, I find out. And yeah, so it's just let me kind of keep that even and not drown them or dry them out so much. So we're actually getting like I showed in the video, and Ryan, you're right. Like, yeah, I showed in the video, I showed this thing, and I was considering getting a few for the outdoors because it is actually, I think it's like IP44. I think it can. I know it can go outside, not in the winter, because it's the winter. But yeah, hey, look, there's a video of me on Amazon. That's fantastic. But yeah, it works. It works super well, guys. It's so inexpensive. You can stick them outside on your lawn. So yeah, I love that one. And again, yeah, it's in our list, our big list. So if you don't have that URL, I put it in the chat here. It should be in the description, but I kind of heard that maybe it wasn't. So, but it's good. You guys are in here chatting. I'm glad we're having a chat. I'm glad to hear like what you guys are looking at, because I tell you what I think or what I'm after, but I want to hear more what you guys are after. And if you got questions today, because you're trying to you're trying to pick something, go ahead, ask them. Right? Um, yeah, let's have a look here. What are you guys talking about? So. Uh, Baz is here. Good to see you, man. You got the SwitchBot Hub Mini. Is it time to jump to the Hub 3? Or should I get a Hub 2 and the universal remote combo? No. You should get the Hub 3. I am very, very sold on the Hub 3. It fixes all the problems that they had with Hub 2, which, like, honestly, weren't a lot. Okay? Wasn't a lot. It's 20% off now. So yes, it is a more expensive hub, but you get the physical controls. The infrared blaster is better. That's where I'd be heading. And especially if you're going to use it with Matter. Okay, like, so you could do the Hub 2 and the universal remote. There's nothing wrong with those, but this is the universal remote as well as the hub, right? But where it really, really improves on things is Matter. And so if you're going to bring all your SwitchBot stuff into another app, get the Hub 3. If not, yeah, maybe that bundle is good. I got to look at, where'd you find that bundle, man? Here, right here. Let's see. 130, 20% off. So it's really the same price. And XS, yeah, like you're saying, hey, the Hub 3 is the remote in a hub. It is. That is what it is. And then you get that real big benefit of how Matter works. The other thing I really like if you've got the lock, you can hear the lock and unlock. And that's actually been really useful for me to know when someone's coming in the home or someone's come up to the vision. So it makes a little lock sound, right? It goes ka-ching and it opens up. So yeah, it's great. Captain figured out. Okay, the Casa Smart outlet. Okay, good. I'm glad. So you got that one turns to the side. I didn't know that, Captain. So that's good. Sid Styler. Sid Styler Leet. I see it. 1337, right? That's Leet. I'm getting old. I don't know if that still means anything to anyone. So you're thinking of getting the Aqara doorbell. So I'm guessing you're thinking the G4. So let's look up the G4. And I can't say too much, okay? But I might wait a little bit. Okay, I cannot say much more than that. I guess I could probably show. Can I show it? Yeah, they've been posting about it. Let's look up Aqara. They've been posting about it. We're all the way over to Twitter here, folks. I'm sorry, but Aqara has been posting about this. Okay? So right here it says millimeter wave radar enables precision presence detection. So you're looking, Sid, you're looking at the Aqara doorbell, but it's right there, man. Okay? There's a new one. Aqara's been posting about it, and they've been posting quite a bit. And this means they're not using motion detection on the lens. Okay, that's what they had been using on the old one, on the G4. And now it's a presence sensor. So that's going to be a lot better for people coming up to your home. There also might be other upgrades. I can't say anymore. I'm going to stop. So Sid, I hope that helps you. I'm going to stop. There might be other upgrades though. Okay. Yeah. So now, okay, Curtis, looking at Lutron switches, what do I recommend to get started? Yeah, so you came at a good time. So I love the Diva and the Claros, okay? But the kits are on sale right now. So what I would probably be looking at is like one of these Diva Smart dimmer starter kits. Okay, so sorry, Lutron Casena Diva Smart dimmer switch. What did they call it? A set? Set kit. So if you don't have a hub, then you need a kit. Okay, and then you get a hub with that. So here's the Diva, and it's a great time to buy that. This is the kind of thing, it's in that list there. Okay, you could just click one of these links. I don't want to click too many of these links. It's an affiliate link thing, but 23%. So you can see even kind of what I put in our list, it's even better, right? They always change their deals a little bit as they go, but this gets you the hub, the Diva switch, and then a paddle remote, right? A little stand. You see the little stand? And that's so nice. You might eventually put that little remote on a wall somewhere and have it act as a second switch, but that's what I would start out with. The other thing is you can get like the bigger pack. So I love the Diva because you get that dimming feature, the little dimmer on the side. That's what is, oops. That's what's right here. So that little switch, and it's so nice because you put that little knob wherever you want the brightness to come on to, and when you press the light on the first time, it goes to that brightness, and then if you hit it a second time, you can take the light to full brightness. So yeah, that's where I'd head, Curtis. I hope that helps you. If you have more questions, man, just ask. Okay. Captain, I see TP-Link has a new app called Tapo. Yeah, so basically you're gonna want to move, and he's asking, hey, versus the Casa app, which is kind of better. So you're gonna want to move eventually to Tapo, and it's just because that's where the brand is going, more or less. Like Casa they're still using it as a European brand, but more or less they've moved in the Tapo direction. So you're going to want to go there. There's not like big feature differences, but they kind of allowed you to amalgamate all of their different apps into that one. So you can bring all the Casa stuff over. It wasn't a perfect process, but it worked. And yeah, it's working now. So yeah, Cap, I think you want to head that way. Baz, I have SwitchBot lights and I want to make it easy for guests to control them. So I thought the remote might be more accessible. Yes, and that's a decent idea there. The one thing I'll say is with that Hub 3, you'd be able to use your SwitchBot lights in lots of other apps, and it would be fast enough to control it. So you could use other light switches to turn those on. That'd be my only thing on that. Yeah. Chris is a member. Hey, Chris, it's nice to see you here. Maybe we'll get to really chat here. I always get the questions from you, but we never get to really chat. So, do you think we'll ever see Matter reach parity with first-party apps? Oof. Yeah, and Chris calls it the unloved stepchild of the automation universe. I don't know where we're headed anymore. And Aqara kind of Aqara kind of did this to us a little bit again. So they created that advanced Matter bridge. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's essentially going to let them bring some extra features across using Matter for certain products, right? And so I think the manufacturers are starting to get a little bit frustrated with the limitations on Matter too, where we just have kind of the on-off basic controls, right? So do I think it's going to reach parity? Not for a long time. I do see a lot of companies kind of saying, okay, we're basically only going to do Matter. And so I think that will eventually push things further. But I think we're a ways away from parity because lots of companies have also taken the tact of like, hey, I'm just going to do my own thing. So I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon at the very least. That's the way I can answer that one. Sorry, Chris. Not good news. Hey, Gareth is here. Gareth, I swear, and he's a moderator. Hey, you got a little wrench next to your name. I forgot I did that. Gareth has been here since the very start, and actually, he's been on a couple of videos. Like the guy is a legend. So we had full on conversation. We used to do like smart home tours, and I would chat with people like Gareth, and they would take me through what they had, and then I would create kind of a video out of it. It was a tour without me having to get out of this chair. So, but yeah, hey Gareth, it's good to see you, man. It's good to talk to you. Must be getting a little late where you are, so thanks for sticking around. Let's see who we got here, guys. It's good. It's good to chat with y'all. I hope you're having a good Prime Day, and yeah, it's just good to chat here and kind of if you got these questions, if you're wondering what to buy, that's great. I can answer those kinds of questions, but it doesn't matter what you ask. Okay, we'll chat about anything. We were talking about Tech Your Life was asking about, or he was talking about a 2-year-old's drum set. So let's have fun. Fozzie, did I say that right? I hope I said that right. I need help find a good 800 series Z-Wave dimmer switch. With either a slider or something to indicate the current brightness. Yeah, currently there's nothing on the market less than $50. So I'd actually ask why you're so stuck in Z-Wave and why you're so stuck on Z-Wave 800. I think I need to understand that before I kind of recommend something to you. The you know yeah, if you're looking for something on the market less than $50, I feel like you're gonna have trouble with Z-Wave. And yeah, with that slider, I don't know. The only thing that might be out there is like the old and Brightons, but they're not going to be Z-Wave 800, right? And you wanted a dimmer. They're not going to be. I think the last upgrade they did was 700 on these Olden Brightons. Yeah, and they're 67, and they're not really putting them on sale, right? So let me know, Fozzie. I'd like to understand, if I'm saying your name right, why you're kind of stuck within that Z-Wave thing. Okay, now I don't know how to say your name, but I'm going to say Pioneer 89. I don't know what the WHS is. You'll have to tell me. What's the best smart system and brands if having frequent internet outages and power outages? Oof. So, first of all, and I showed this last year. It seemed like nobody cared. But um, I would solve, first of all, the power issue. And the way I would solve that is something like this. So, and these guys are having big deals. Just stick one of these in front of your smart home hub or whatever you use. Okay. We'll get to the smart system and things, but like you just don't want your hubs and stuff going down. And one of these will hold for a very long time through the power outages. Okay. So that's one side. Now, without internet, there's actually a lot of systems today that you can do if you want to go the DIY side of things. Well, Home Assistant is intended to work without internet. Like that's its whole point. So is Homey, which is what I'm using in my home primarily right now. So you can get Homey Pro. They have the new Homey Pro Mini as well. You see, they're not on sale here today, so it's not an especially good day to buy anything. Yeah, so like there's actually a lot of systems. Habitat is another one that you can look at. If I was to say the best one, it's going to depend a little bit on how much work you want to do, how much DIY you want to do. But Habitat is entirely intended to be used without the internet too. So hopefully that helps you. But you can like ask further questions. Yeah. Let's see here. XS and Chris, you guys are kind of you're talking about Matter being like Matter it's gonna be behind for a little bit, right? And I think it is a very wide, like XS is saying here, Matter is too wide a spectrum of a specification, right? So they're trying to cover a lot of ground. It's going to be really hard for them to catch up to what an individual company can do. They're going to struggle. So, yeah, I think we're going to see that take a little while. But anyways, Gareth, you are the living legend, man. And and Chris, okay, Elegoo filament deals $10 a roll. I don't have a 3D printer anymore. Is this what you guys are? What are you guys using these days? I don't see no $10 a roll thing. We're getting down to 16 here, but this looks like less. Look, this is half. No, they're trying to trick me. Whoa. Okay, that's getting close. Well, I can't find it, but you did good, Chris. Fred, yes, guys, if you didn't know, we have a big spreadsheet, and if you need the link to that, I'll put it back in the chat here. This has all the links to all the deals that I've been able to find before Prime Day. Okay, there's more deals out there today, obviously, but you can just go through this. There's tabs at the bottom. You can see all the different deals, and you can just click the links when you want to go to those. Some of these have like the video reviews are over here on the side, and you can click and watch the video review. So if you're unfamiliar with something or you think you like it, our review is sitting there. So that's this stuff is all here for you on our spreadsheet. I'm not trying to do like self-promotion or whatever, but I want you guys to know that is there for you. And I'm glad, Fred, You know, the one big beautiful spreadsheet. Ooh, we're getting political. I love it. I'm glad that that's working out for you there. So, the third reality products, you kind of see, yeah, they've got a lot. And actually, you know, like Third Reality is an interesting company to me because they more or less like they started with some little accessories for yeah, see, they were made for Amazon accessories. Look, they made this remote cover for the Miss A voice remote, and they had the USB motion sensors for the old Echo Flex. Like, that's how they got started. They were part of like a startup program that, yeah, it was actually pretty powerful for Amazon when the smart home really started moving fast for them. So yeah, they've been around for a long time, man, and I'm glad that that spreadsheet's working out for you. Smart house and garden. How is SwitchBot? How is SwitchBot going to deal with Prime orders? I have two orders made in June. I don't know. I'm not SwitchBot, man. I, I don't know. They are kind of traditionally a little bit behind, or at least in the last year, it seems like they're a little behind some of their orders. I think it's just a growing company, and you know, with the Hub 3 and the new lock and the Vision, I think they're going to have trouble keeping up with demand. So get it in early, right? That's my only. I can't tell you how they're going to handle all that. Baz, my Govee TV lights are broken. It seems like something came loose in the light strip. Should I do a DIY? Yes, you should do a DIY repair. They haven't really upgraded that. If you have the two, that's the top. So if you have just the original version, well, okay, that's a little older. But the Govee TV backlights 2 is actually like the best version still. The 3 is actually a light version. So when you look at Govee gear in general, backlight T2, sorry. Yeah, so the T2 is actually the best one. Obviously, pretty good deal right here. 43% off. So maybe it's the time to upgrade, but I would try and fix those up. It's not that hard to repair strips, and you could probably cut out a strip and then solder it in, essentially, tie it together. Um, but yeah, you're saying you got the old T1. Well, I tell you, the T2 is pretty good. It is pretty good. So now I'm flip flopping. Go upgrade. Go upgrade. I don't have a link for that one, so just go and upgrade. Gareth. Gareth is asked, I'm going to be moving into a new place with my new girl soon. Good job, buddy. My smart home stuff isn't going to make the move with me. Oh, but I get custody of the garage. So that's going to be my tech cave. Okay, I have a few problems with this. Number one, I haven't met the girl. Number two, you only get custody of the garage. And three, I feel like the whole place should get your old stuff from the old place, and the whole place should be a tech cave. So I've got all kinds of problems with your statement. I think you need to fix that. All right, Chris, I can't believe no one makes an accessory that plugs into the USB port of the UPS to relay details via nut to MQTT. No, I don't know, man. Carlos, I just got Miss A Plus, and it blows away any voice assistant with an LLM. Who else has Miss A Plus? Who has it, guys? Because Amazon was kind of promoting that, like it was up here. I still can't get it. I'm in Canada, so you're way ahead of me, Carlos. That's you, lucky duck, you. But yeah, somewhere here they were promoting Alexa Plus. Oh, I said it. Sorry. Free with Prime. See, they're still gonna email me when it's available. I'm so sad. Okay, well, we're going to need some demos from you there, Carlos. Anil EDM, what do you suggest? Govee Pros or Govee 2 from Costco? Okay, so I think you're talking about the outdoors, so we'll bring that up. And there is the Pro 2 now, I believe, right? Yeah, they do have the Pro 2, I thought. Am I messing up, guys? So I think, like, physically, you're not getting a lot of different stuff. And I'm not familiar with the stuff at Costco because sometimes Costco will have like special SKUs or special, specific things. Um, I don't know that there's a big enough difference between the two for me to really be like, hey, you should get this, hey, you should get that. Um, yeah, I do think you get the longer with this, right? Yeah, the 200 feet. So if you've got to go really far, then yeah, you want to go here to the Pro. I thought they had a Pro 2 though. Guys, anyone want to help me on that one? I'd appreciate that help. Okay, let's see. Here's the Pro. Yeah, they don't have the Pro 2s. I'm just checking number of lights. So, because you're getting the extra length, that's really nothing. The extra you're getting is the cold white. So if you wanted to do the really white, right? You're getting RGB and then two of the white LEDs, okay? And it's a little brighter. Honestly, 40 lumens versus 50 lumen per light, probably not going to really change things for you. But the cuttable thing, that's a big deal. Especially when you're going to go do a home, Anil. Like if you're going to try and do your home and then your home is not all one contiguous line. So like when you look here, okay, we're going up, but now you might have to do a cut there, right? You could continue this way, but like you're not going to want to go this way and then come back. And so instead, you cut. You could run like other cables, and you go here and you go back around, and so that is a big deal to maybe head into the Pro. You'll have to look at your own house, but that's probably the biggest thing. The rest of it, the cool white, the white color temperatures, I don't think that matters so much. But if you do want to have those color temperatures, then you're gonna have to go with Pro. Okay, so Pioneer, yeah, you have the EcoFlow Delta 2. Should I keep it plugged into the wall? Yes, you should have it plugged into the wall. Keep your hubs plugged into the EcoFlow. The Echo Dot, I know you might want those. Maybe you got to get another, but I would definitely get your hubs on that. And then as you're kind of saying later, like you've been looking into Home Assistant. It is better than Amazon for dealing with internet power outages. All those hubs I gave before, Habitat, Homey, even Smart Things at some level now is better, and Home Assistant. They're all better from that internet outage standpoint, and then you just use those EcoFlows to kind of keep things online. And I've been testing out an EcoFlow actually. Very nice. I think it's a Delta 3 or something. And yeah, very, very nice. Very good. Handles those power outages, those dips really well. So yeah, like I think that's a pretty good one there. Darren Ree. Okay, hey, I have a Eufy S340. I think those are the new ones, right? Those are the ones I reviewed last year. Thinking of getting the hub and another camera. Let me just look up the camera. I want to make sure that it's the camera I think it is. And then you're kind of asking if you should go a different way. Well, probably not. Probably not. Why did I end up with Ecovacs ads? Okay, solo cam. Okay, the solo cams. Yeah, I'm not sure that's not the one that I really like. You know, you get the nice big solar panel. Um, I would just say that like with anything Eufy, like this is the one that I like, the S3 Pros. I wouldn't say you need to go to a different brand, but look at the type of camera you're putting out there. And the solo cam, I don't think has like the best review. I know these ones really well because I actually have a pair of these. They're fantastic cameras, and with that home base, it's amazing. Actually, it's amazing what they can do. It's all local. They have their own kind of wireless network that they chat in between. Amazing. So, Darren, I wouldn't say you got to go somewhere else at all. You can continue if you like that camera. Maybe just install it and have a look to see. But I know these S3 Pros, they are fantastic cameras. And I have a full review on them, a full guide. And like there's some different mounts that you can use. They're fantastic. All right, let's keep heading down here. You guys are having a good conversation. I need a drink. I need a drink. Woof. You guys are going today. I think my glass is spilling on myself. Oh boy. Yeah, I was feeling like I was gonna have to like show some things, right? Like I was gonna, oh look, yeah, look, doorbell, and oh look, my yeah. I thought I was gonna have to keep, talking. I don't really have to talk. You guys are doing this all. This is fantastic. Thank you. Oh, no, my phone's ringing to tell me the doorbell's ringing. Okay. All right. Fozzie, man. Okay, all my devices are Z-Wave, and I like 100% local. That's cool. You're using a Home Assistant. 800 is good for long distances. No, I'm not going to convince you that Wi-Fi or Matter is better. But I guess what I would say is maybe you could split out a little bit. One of the reasons that I kind of said that, first of all, I think there's just more choices with Zigbee from a switch standpoint, and they're going to be a little bit cheaper. So it's a good thing to look at, I think, and it's still going to be local, right? Like it's Z-Wave or Zigbee, that's going to be local. And it isn't really good over long distances, so I get that. But your Zigbee switches will act as repeaters. The other thing that happens with Z-Wave and with Zigbee too is as you get a lot of devices, the latency increases. So you get more devices and the latency goes up. So your commands to those switches take longer if they're all on Z-Wave. Someone's detected at my battery doorbell. So just something to think about. It does sometimes help to split out your network a little. Maybe you move a couple of switches, the Z-Wave ones further out if you got Z-Wave 800. I'm not sure you're going to find $50 switches Z-Wave 800. I think that's going to be tough, man. So I apologize. I don't have a solution for you there. Just maybe something else to look at. Yeah. Okay. So Chris, and we've been talking a little bit about. Wait a second, Anil. Oh, Anil, thank you so much, Anil, for sending that. Anil sent me actually $5. That's amazing. I'll probably go spend it today. I think I can get away with the ones from Costco. So as long as you're good, man, I'm happy. Giver. Fantastic. Anyways, I'll go back to what Chris was saying. The Govee Sync Box is far superior to the camera-based solutions. Yeah, that is actually a thing. but the sync boxes, I think, only go up to a certain screen size, right? I think that's the problem with those. So what Chris is saying is when you're looking at the Govee synchronization solutions, look, they've got a light strip for 55 to 65 inch TVs. This is a better technology than the camera. So actually, that's a really great point, Chris. You're not using a camera because the camera on Govee can sometimes be affected. And actually, in here, I'm using a sync box in here. So yeah, that's a really great point. Baz, why is spouse approval a thing with smart homes? Okay, but can we be serious for a moment? Does anyone here have spousal approval for your smart home addiction? Because I don't. I never have. I never will. And here's Fred. Anyone have a good automation? Make sure their wife and their girlfriend aren't within a certain proximity to each other. Man, you've outed yourself online. What are you doing? It only takes one person to take that that screenshot, man. You're toast. And XS, you need that one too. Like this is trouble. You guys. But seriously, if anyone figures that out, send it my way. Okay. Okay. Fred has a more serious question. For a mailbox or garbage pail sensor, or garbage pail. Okay. Like you mean the garbage pail falls over? Would you do a tilt sensor or a door open close sensor or a vibration sensor? So for a mailbox, I'd probably just do a door open close. The reason I say that is because wind could move it, someone could bump into it. You don't really want to be checking it when those things happen. So I would use the full open close sensor. Tilts can be finicky a little bit too. So in general, I would try and use the read sensor, which is the door open close sensor. On your garbage pail, I don't know. I have to understand more, Fred. You have to give me more on that. What does your garbage pail look like? And how close is the girlfriend or the wife? Gareth, the new place is all spotlights throughout. Not a lot of options in that form factor. And so, Gareth, I've been running into this in my home, and that's actually one of the reasons that I went with Lutron. Because then I didn't have to change out all of the lights that are in the new place. And yeah, changing out the switch was much easier. I can always reverse that too. So yeah, that's maybe the way to go with that. The only thing to check is whether it's dimmable. Those spotlights are dimmable. That's it. And then you can pick your switch, right? They have the Claro that isn't. So yeah, okay. Does the Govee T3 Lite work with Home Assistant from Cody? Well, I don't know, man. I don't have that one. Does anybody have that one and know that question? I feel like I can check, but you might have to bear with me here. So you guys, tell me what we need to talk about here. What do we need to talk about after this? We're really flying today. I'm glad you guys are excited. It's nice to have these kinds of chats with you guys. It's nice to see everyone excited about things. I'm just checking if the T3 Lite does work with Home Assistant, and I do have like the Govee integration video that we did a while ago, and that I think I can tell. Yeah. So there is it's called the Govee to MQTT bridge. And then there you should be able to check which devices. Is my device supported? So, and you're asking about the T3. So what they basically say is the more modern, powerful Wi-Fi controller chips can have LAN API. So yes, essentially it should. Okay. The platform API should also work to do like the Dream View, turning that on and off. So I think it'll work. I don't think you'll have any problems there. It might just be basic control, but you should be able to get it working. All right. Okay. And yeah, so we were chatting just a little bit ago. Fred was talking about like doing a mailbox or a garbage pail sensor. Still not clear on what you're doing there, but I talked about a open close door sensor. It's probably the best for the mailbox, but Excess is kind of bringing up a good point here. Like some of the water leak sensors, um, they have those two little pins. I don't have one here, but if you just even put your fingers on the two little pins, they ring, right? So whatever you can do to connect those two little pins actually acts like a sensor. So if you have something open or close, you can use water leak sensors in that way. So that's a really good little hack, actually. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just going to scroll down a bit. Baz, third reality sensors or TAPO sensors. So I can't say that I've used a lot of the TAPO sensors. I don't think that TAPO has a lot of, like, they're all going to be Wi-Fi, right? Yeah. I feel like I would kind of push you towards third reality. Just because you're ending up, I think, with TAPO a little bit stuck only with TAPO, and Excess is asking like, is TAPO's local? I don't know that would be local. So I would be looking at third reality in that kind of direct comparison. You're kind of talking inexpensive sensors. Yeah, I would be looking at that. Yeah. So Chris, do Z-Wave devices form a mesh for networking the way Zigbee devices do? Yeah. So this might take me a few seconds to bring up, but the quick answer is yes, they form a mesh, and it is very similar to Zigbee. So yeah, that's you totally can do it with both. I'm just trying to bring up my. This is like a good little web UI for. This is for my Z-Wave in my home, and then I think it's down here. So you can see that's the network here. I'll move myself. Am I positioned well? Yeah, all right. Hey, not so great. Yeah, so I've taken a few things out, but and with Home Assistant, and I was showing this with the AO Tech. This is with my AO Tech Z Stick 10 Pro. You can actually kind of decide where things go and how they communicate, and you can see, okay, that node is not doing very well. That's what the yellow signifies, and the word dead. So because I turned that switch off, but um, you can actually kind of force paths with this, which is nice. But otherwise, it will kind of work out its own mesh. So yeah, there you go. You can have a look at my Z-Wave network as it stands right now, there, Chris. Uh, to check, okay, so Fred, yeah, okay, if you're checking if the garbage lid has been opened, honestly, man, just use open door sensors, open close sensors. Roberto, any door locks besides Aqara? Well, man, I think that's gonna depend on what you're using, like for your the rest of your smart home, right? There's actually a lot of different things. Like there's a lot of people who really enjoy the Eufy set of locks because they're kind of locked into Eufy. If you're using like SwitchBot, the SwitchBot Lock Ultra has been fantastic. You kind of want their hub there though, right? If you want to get a little more DIY or a little more home assistant-y, we'll say, then you look at some of the Zigbee and the Z-Wave versions. I think there's more Z-Wave versions. Just trying to find one here. Yeah, there's like Quickset, right? They're a big maker at this point of different locks. I don't really look at it's all just been filled in by companies. Okay, I want a Z-Wave. So these guys have kind of ended up. Well, the TCL one, that's an interesting one to me. But you see, Quickset has Z-Wave versions. And then you have all the Schlags, right? Like Schlag is a very reputable maker of door locks. So you could definitely look at something like that. It's all going to depend what you're integrating with or what you want to have for features, right? Some of these have keypads, some of them do not. Some of them, like there's certain Schlag ones. This is not one of those, but they have like Apple Home Key, right? So all depends what you're after there. You got to give me some more details, man. Floyd, I'm a total noob. Started watching your videos last week. Sorry. As I'm buying a home, decided I want to go smart. I just got the Home Assistant Green, and I'm so overwhelmed where to begin. And I've wanted to make like a beginning or a Home Assistant beginners video to kind of help people out. But the truth is, there's so many different ways to start with Home Assistant that I feel like no matter what I produce, it's not going to help that many people. So I apologize, Floyd. I've kind of been back and forth on what I need to do there. So, and the documentation excess, you're kind of saying, hey, look at the documentation. It's tough to follow for, I think, people just getting started out. But with Home Assistant Green, there's kind of two things that I'm going to recommend to you. Okay. And I was actually just showing it. So I'll start here. So this is my Z-Wave. Okay. And I have Zigbee, I have Z-Wave, and I have Bluetooth. And that means I can go out and buy just about anything and I'll be able to get it working with Home Assistant. So that's actually where I would start. And to kind of get you started on that, I'll show you here a couple of videos. So I'm just going to put them in the chat here, Floyd. So this one is how I got Z-Wave and Zigbee on Home Assistant. And then the Bluetooth one is fun. It's fun. And it's not that hard, okay? It looks scarier than it is. But if you start there, then after that, all you're doing is connecting devices and then making little automations. And yeah, that might just help you out, kind of get you started. The Bluetooth thing is really inexpensive. So yeah, there you go. Hopefully that helps, man. I'm sorry. It is a hard thing, for a lot of people. I know some people can do that, but yeah, it is a hard thing. So, Gareth, I wanted to kind of make the lights. Well, no. Okay. So Gareth wants to quietly make the lights smart without her realizing. Okay, no, but Gareth, you're entirely wrong here. Okay? I'm going to. Come on, man. Uh oh. Am I here still? Okay. Okay, so let's go to the Lutron Diva. Okay? All you have to do right now, Gareth, is you buy this. It doesn't even look smart. Okay? It only requires the hub for the smart features. You don't even buy the hub. Just put that in your wall, and then it looks like a normal switch. It works like a normal switch. You don't have to connect it. You're good. Just use it regularly. And then one day, when she's not around, you then just just switch over. Put the hub somewhere in the house, hide it somewhere good, and now you've got your smart lights. And she'd never know. Don't ask me how I know that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So lots of you guys. I like this. You guys are all chiming in on what you like. Fozzie, 700's a mesh, 800 is a star. You're right, man. And yes, XS. That what I was showing earlier. Yeah, that was on the dual Zigbee Z-Wave stick. That was my Z-Wave side of the mesh network. There is a diagram for the Zigbee, but it's not as fancy. It does have like the signal strength in there. I do like that, but yeah. Wait, Baz. Okay, hang on, Baz. I have a question for you. You're saying your Govee fan doesn't show up in HA via LAN or Bluetooth, but your Drio fan? How did you do that? I need to know how to do that. They were actually creating an integration for. It was supposed to be out by about now, so maybe it's out, or maybe you're doing something else there. I don't have full control of my Drio fan, so I'd love to be able to do that. And yeah, hey, Floyd, Chris is kind of giving you an idea here. The SM Lite controllers are awesome for Bluetooth, proxy, Matter, and Zigbee controllers. They're so feature rich. So yeah, these are. I don't know if you can buy them on. This is Sonoff, isn't it? So yeah, Zigbee coordinator, thread, Matter, and if that's kind of what, look, it's got Zigbee too. If that's kind of what you're after, that's a good coordinator too. Lots of people are using. I think that's Sonoff, isn't it? Or maybe this isn't. No, what is this? Wait, I thought the model number was. Yeah, see, that's what I was expecting. What is that? Yeah, that's the model number. Hey. Well, there you go. Chris knows what he's talking about there. And so that would give you Bluetooth, the Bluetooth proxy, Matter, Thread, and Zigbee. That's a lot there. Carlos is also asking about SwitchBot products and how long they take to ship. Somebody else had asked it, Carlos. You have to go look. I don't know why they're taking so long, but yeah, okay. Tika, good to see you. Hi. I need a vibration sensor. Which one is more sensitive, Aqara or AOTech? More people complain about Aqara. Now, Aqara hasn't updated their vibration sensor in a while, I think. Yeah, see, they don't even have a T1 version, do they? At least not on Amazon. So a little while ago, they kind of updated a lot of their sensors, a lot of their devices to like the T1 level. Number of upgrades there. In general, AOTech's going to be more expensive, but I think you're going to have better reliability there. Now, it's going to depend on kind of what you're using it with. Tika, I think you were using Home Assistant. So that's more going to be what it's about, right? What you're using it with. I don't think necessarily either sensor is going to be really that much better. They're both working with the same principles, the same physical stuff. But yeah. James, late to the live feed. That's okay, man. You're never late. But it looks like you're not endorsing Nanoleaf or Google anymore. That's a question. So I struggle endorsing Google for much anymore. And you know, I went like this earlier, earlier in my day, and I was looking at all these speakers, and I went, okay, the Nest Mini is $50. How many years old is the Nest Mini second gen? 4, 5? I don't know. Here's the, I don't even remember what this is called, right? Google Audio, I think. No updates, no upgrades. They still want 75, $80 for it. They're not really making new products anymore. They never delivered on their connection to Chromecast. They never delivered on a lot of things that they said they were going to do. So I really struggle telling people to buy anything Google anymore. As for Nanoleaf, I like Nanoleaf. I think they make great products. Nanoleaf is a little pricey for me at times. Not that I don't like things that are pricey. They're just a little pricier. And I was struggling with Nanoleaf a little bit personally because I don't use HomeKit that much. And I think, you know, and you're talking about in your next question, you're talking about, hey, I use Apple, or I want an Apple deadbolt unlock with NFC. So when you're not using Apple, Nanoleaf is a little bit of a struggle app-wise, network-wise. Like, they are really focused on making things work with Apple HomeKit. At least that's what I've found. So yeah, anyways. And then, is there an Android equivalent to an Apple deadbolt unlock? Wait, are you using Android or Apple? I don't know. With NFC, I want to touch my watch to a door to unlock. I don't know, man. That one I don't know. Okay, and Tika, have I decided which hub I'm using for my house? Home Assistant or Homey Pro or both? Okay, and I've been doing some reading on this. A lot of people, first of all, there's a couple of things, okay? Home Assistant has certain things that they do really well, a lot of things that they do really well. They have a lot of compatibility, but it is in general harder to kind of figure out how to do things. Homey is much easier, kind of set and forget, right? But they have less compatibility. What they both have is the ability to be local and to communicate with each other. So I have an embarrassment of riches in terms of the hubs in my home. So I think I'm going to use both. And I've seen a lot of people kind of describing that as the ultimate in the way homes can work today. So I'm going to give that a try for a little bit. And yeah, go with both of them and with the devices communicating between them. I've actually used it a few times already. It's been very, very effective. And when the SwitchBot Lock Ultra first came out, I had to use it for that, for some of the early testing that I was doing. Like, I was trying to figure out how it worked and how it would work. And I was testing it through the Bluetooth proxy on Home Assistant. And I couldn't get it into Homey yet when I was first starting out, and I wanted to see how it would look in Homey, and so I actually did that. I connected the two hubs. I passed the Lock Ultra across, and it worked amazing. It was seamless, instantaneous. So I'm pretty happy with that there, Tika. So James, yeah, okay, you're using Android. You're probably using like a Pixel Watch or a Samsung Galaxy Watch, and you're looking for, yeah, unlock with NFC. I don't know that there's anything out there. I can't think of anything right now, but I've been on a stream for a little bit here. So, and I think, guys, like I think I'm gonna have to shut her down here. I actually gotta go get my kid, but I'll keep it alive here for the next 10 minutes. If you guys got any sorts of questions, comments, you want to talk about anything, but yeah, we can do that. So. Um, and now some good questions come up. Okay. So Chris, yeah, you're right. Like Google has decimated their engineering groups for home automation devices and services. They basically got themselves confused so many times back and forth, right? Like changing the groups, um, just shifting priorities, and now they're really focused on AI, and that seems to be all they want to do. So I really worry about where Google's headed again from that hardware perspective. So I really struggle recommending them. And when you say I'm running Google Home with mostly Nanoleaf because I'm trying to do only matter over thread, I've struggled with Google's thread. Hasn't been super reliable for me, and so that I think that's part of the problem with Android too and Nanoleaf. And honestly, Nanoleaf works so well with Home Assistant and with HomeKit. It works perfect, but everything else I kind of struggle. And with the price of Nanoleaf, I go, okay, maybe that's not worth it. And so again, if you're a Home Assistant or a HomeKit person, Nanoleaf is unbelievable. Some of the best stuff out there. Chris, yeah, is there a lot you're aware of but can't discuss due to NDA? Yeah, so they call them embargoes in the in marketing space. So we get constantly bombarded with like, "Hey, we're putting out this product. You can't talk about it. You're under embargo until this date." And then you get like an email or a question if you're chatting. Do you agree to our embargo terms? Which means you basically can't say anything. So yeah, I'm under embargo quite a bit. I can't say things, and that's why, like earlier today, somebody asked me about buying the Aqara G4 video doorbell, and I said, "Hey, go look at their Twitter feed," and I showed it here, and that's because I knew something was there, and they had put out some little things, so I couldn't say what it was, and I couldn't give a lot of details. And yeah, it's kind of neat to be able to get all those details, but at the same time, I just want to tell you guys, like I want to be like, hey, did you know this is coming and this is really cool? And yeah, I don't get to do that. So yeah, there's a lot I'm aware of but can't discuss due to what is essentially an NDA. Anyways, thanks guys. Thanks. I'm glad you like the channel. Always taking what you guys tell me and trying to turn that into ideas. It's definitely different in the smart home space these last couple of years versus what it was like 3-4 years ago. But I think we're coming into better times again in the smart home space. So it's going to be fun. You see things like the Lock Ultra. For example, that's a fantastic lock from a maker that has come a long way. So I think we're headed to good places, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Uh, Carlos, do I have any experience? No, I still haven't opened up my HA Voice PE. Honestly, man, I wanted to do that last week, but I have a couple of projects, otherwise known as videos, that I got to get done here for about 10 days from now. And once I'm done those, I expect to kind of deal with Home Assistant voice. Yeah, it's just been things kind of fall back, and with Prime Day, like there's so much information that we get, right? Like this deal spreadsheet is, I still cut out like probably 20-30% of what we get because it's either no good or it doesn't fit the channel, or like this list. Actually, there's an others tab. I'm in the others tab. This list was like 1,000 rows or something. And that's what I cut it down to because I thought this is all you guys are going to want. So yeah, just I had some projects, man, that were just big and have kept me away from Home Assistant voice. So I'm so far behind on that one. I don't even know. Do I still show you guys that? Do I still show you guys stuff like that? Like Home Assistant voice is so old now. All the videos are out there, but do you still want to see something on that? I'd love to know that. James, Google Nest is in its post Hangouts phase. Yes. Yes. And Rolf, yeah, Google Home. What should I transition to? Just head here. Okay. If you just want a voice assistant, just head to Amazon. Carlos is saying that the Miss A Plus is running great for him. I would say head here. They're really the only one doing development on a voice assistant. I think that's your quick move. And today is the right day, Rolf. Like the Amazon Echoes are on sale. Go get yourself an Echo. Start down that path. Get an Echo Show. I always recommend the Echo Show 8. It's not the biggest deal, but I really like that one. So that's what I'd say. And James, okay, this will be, I think, my last question here. What's the light you put in the garage that is suspended? That is the skylight. That is the Govee Skyline, sorry. And right here, they do have a couple of different sizes. This is the 13.1 feet, 20 feet. So I put in my garage, it's a 20-foot garage. I put this in there. Yeah, it's excellent, man. I love it in the garage. So yeah, go get one of those. 30% off right now, right? So fantastic. And I got one above me too. I think you can see there it is right there. There it is, guys. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming out. I'll hang out in the chat a little while, but I got to give my voice a break. I'm out of voice here. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for coming. This has been great. I'm hoping to do one more a little later in the week. We can talk about all the Prime deals later in the week. Sometimes companies shift some things. So yes, James, it is Matter over Wi-Fi. All right. Have a good one, automators. Live smart.